Public Works Committee to order. First on the agenda, we had Prospect Street direction. So, what the Commissioner of DPW has recommended from Prospect Street between North Street and Linden Avenue, one-way street. Yes. Yes, you are. Yes.
Did you take attendance?
Public Works, this public, okay.
Correct. Yes. So 4 out of 4. All of us are
North
here.
Street to Linden?
From North Street to Linden. Yes, correct.
Yes, that one block heading west from North Street to Linden. I know some aldermen, they wanted to go from Wickham to North to Prospect to make it, that section is one-way street heading up west. It's your call. Our recommendation is only one block, but if you insist to do it, I met with Chester Printing. Chester Printing, he said he does not mind, whatever you guys want to do. So it's in
That's
your
Wickham
your
now.
capable hands.
Wickham to North to Linden.
Wickham to North to Linden, yes. One way. Our recommendation is north to Linden. But we can go the
You
other
didn't want to go
way.
to Highland?
I'm sorry?
No Highland?
No, you're making people's life complicated.
I'm making people's life?
Yes, if you're gonna make.
This
a
came
whole
from you.
Prospect-
The engineers are making my life.
Is this mic on?
Yes.
Can
I
I
want to
get
hear this. How,
Can you activate the mic, please? I need to respond here.
This would be the fourth iteration of this conversation.
That's right.
That feels like
Let's keep in
Groundhog
mind,
Day.
folks, we only have 15 minutes.
We don't
Take
like
it
one
around a
way.
little bit longer.
We do not like, Chairman, we do not like one way anywhere because it restricts people's movement. If they want to go just from one place, they have to go round and round to get back to the same spot. That's when you create one way. In certain places with this spot, it's really needed because of the line of sight and because of the, I'm at disadvantage in here.
No, we can hear you.
we can hear
We can hear you
you.
fine. We can hear you
We can hear
fine.
you,
You're
Jay.
loud and clear. You. We're just ignoring you, that's all.
That's not right. I don't, I don't see an on button here, but that's minimize any one way all the time. But in this one block, it's really needed. But if you feel because of Alderman
Wait.
Wet, he made a compelling also presentation about people coming down, heading that would be east on Prospect Street by Chester Printing. It's kind of, you got Smith, you got Wickham, you got this, so he can speak for himself. So that's, it's either one way or the other, either one block or 2 blocks, but we got to get it done, please.
Is the police chief on your side?
Yes. Where is he here? Yes, sir. Always.
Oh, he is here.
He's always, he's
Alderman Wait?
Yeah, the Commissioner kind of said the whole thing, but I think we should go from Wickham to just extend it. Jerry said he spoke with the owner of the business also too, he's fine with it.
Which is Chester Printing?
Chester Printing, I'm sorry, yeah, and coming from North Street to try to negotiate, coming from traffic from Smith Street and then getting onto Wickham is dangerous. So,
All right,
that's my take.
all right.
Thank
Alderman
you.
Massey?
I'm probably the odd one out here. I personally don't think we should change it at all. It's been that
Discuss it.
way for 88 years, and to disrupt the people now, I don't see the benefit of it, but
But it is a safety issue. Then we had some kind of accident.
It's a concern, yes. It's a
Okay.
concern in there because there is no line of sight because of that old bluish type
many
building.
accidents.
Oh, we have,
provided that about 7-8 months ago.
It's a serious
And
accident.
it wasn't,
serious
serious.
you
accidents.
did, I know.
No, serious accidents.
All right. So where do we stand? Should we extend it to Chester Printing? From Linden to
Wickham,
North
yeah.
Street?
Wickham, it's up to
And
you.
Wickham?
No, not no. Wait a minute. Wickham to North, that's what's before you.
Okay.
Our recommendation is north to Linden.
To Linden, correct.
But if you wish to do it, we don't see an issue of doing it.
Okay.
Other than what I said. So-
Alderman Green?
Yeah, I know Alderman Kleider spoke with Chester Printing as well. I won't speak for that, but I know he was, like, the commissioner said, in favor. I have spoken time and time again with certain residents of that area that it would affect, and they have told me please just get it done. They're sick and tired of waiting and wondering what's gonna happen, so we need to, really, they would appreciate us making a decision. I'm all good with going from Wickham. I think it's a safe bet. I know that there's,
Call the roll.
been some issues, so.
Okay, so why don't we just add that into it?
That's fine, it's
Okay,
absolutely.
all right. Jerry?
I don't know. My concern was, again, with the commissioners coming down from Linden to North, where you have the building blocking your line of sight up north. I'm not sure how difficult we're going to make it. Yes, Ralph Carr, who's owns Chester Printing, he doesn't have a problem with going from Wickham up to Linden and making that all one way. Although there have been some, I think the worst accident was coming up Prospect onto North Street. So we're doing nothing to alleviate that.
Yeah, that's one of the bad ones,
But,
yeah.
yeah, that was one of the really bad ones. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't bring this up. This was brought up by the traffic study people. I assumed that that's what it was. I think I agree with Alderman Massey. Again, it's worked for all this time, and people are used to the traffic flow. So, how do you get from how do you get to that lower part of Prospect? And I guess you'd have to go up to Lau Avenue, or you have to be coming down Wickham. It's it's awfully difficult making that left turn if you make it one way, coming down Wickham, and then making the left turn onto Prospect, which will be legal, because that'll be the only way to get there, or else coming down Wickham from the easterly direction, and making the right turn. So I don't know. There's no really good option, but if we want to try it, and I think it was Sue Depew who said, if this doesn't work, can we change it? And
It just
that
gets more
will
confusing.
be, so I'm good with, if we want to go from Wickham to Linden. I don't think there's any point in making Prospect the rest of the way up one way, because Linden's a four-way stop, and so you ought to be able to come down Prospect at least to Linden Avenue and then go right or left.
All right.
So
Alderman-
that's my opinion.
Thank you. From the feedback that I'm getting, I think we should just add Wickham, because what's the worst that could happen if we try it? Commissioner?
It's your call.
Okay? But as a committee, Kevin is agreeing.
No, it's okay with us.
All
I mean,
right.
we'll do it, absolutely.
We just go ahead and add Wickham.
Yeah, we'll do it. I
All
mean,
right.
Townsend Building is the only one possibly, but it is what it is.
Okay, let's just go around the table. Jerry, what do you think? Add Wickham. So yes or no?
From Wickham all the way to Linden.
Linden?
Yeah,
blocks.
I'm
Two blocks.
I'm okay with that. I mean,
Okay.
people will just park.
Thank
in
you, Jerry.
the other
Alderman Green.
direction.
Yes. Yes.
Kevin? Alderman Massey?
No, but I'll
No.
go along with the alderman in that, from that ward.
From that ward, correct. And that's where we left our last conversation that we had, okay? All right? It's a good to go. So Wickham to Linden.
We can put it tonight for Common Council meeting.
Can you
Well,
do
you
that?
have a
Rich, somebody will
resolution,
introduce it
Rich
from the
is
floor.
ready.
Okay, yes, correct,
Rich
okay.
is ready for
resolution
it.
for the committee,
Okay,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Pass
next
it.
on the agenda, it's no left turn on
I want
let's
to
see.
compliment our mayor.
Out of Park Circle.
Park Circle, right?
Park Circle, no left-hand turn coming out of Park Circle on North Street. That was requested by the police department, by the police chief and his officers. And we made an evaluation for it. We spoke to the property owner of that Park Circle or the Delhi area, and they're all for it. So the chief can speak for it if you want to. But it can't- I'll carry the load for the chief.
Great job,
I saw the email, I think everyone agreed on that.
Okay.
That was no issue at all.
Yep.
Alderman Kleiner?
There's a parking lot in front of the store, the convenience store, and there's a parking lot right behind the convenience store. which, are we talking about both lots? Are we talking about just the front lot? Are we talking about just the rear lot? I'm not clear on that.
Just the convenience store lot, not the one behind it.
Not the one behind.
Not the one
Just the
behind.
front.
Okay.
I thought we gave a number in there. Is there a number? Street number?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's,
No left turn coming out of it onto North Street?
I'm sorry? Yeah.
Yes,
No
correct.
left on North, because it causes
205,
traffic jam.
205 North Street.
Some people, they cover half of North Street because the light is red in there and they want to sneak in and they obstruct the other ones. The police is always watching.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
I wanted to do a traffic circle one way, but he doesn't want to do that there. I don't know.
That'd be a great idea.
No, the commissioner is absolutely right. We sat and we examined it. I know there's some changes that took place in that parking lot last year, and originally there was going to be restrictions going out onto Wickham that were changed, but we're trying to control that a little bit better. And as the commissioner said, when someone does try to pull out of that parking lot, it is a busy parking lot. We all know that. There's traffic in and out all day long. When they make the left on the North Street, they have to cross the lane of traffic, and you have the red light there, so it does become congested. They get stuck in the intersection. They get stuck like in the roadway. It just becomes chaos. We're just trying to control it a little bit better and make it a little bit smoother.
Okay, I think the committees agree
Can I
to.
just,
Yes, go ahead, Kev.
Chief, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to extend this, but what was the rationale for not including the left onto Wickham? Because that seems to be more traffic coming out of,
So the way that the curbing was put in with the new curbing and sidewalks, there is no way, unless you jump the sidewalk there, to go left.
there is actually a curb there.
Right, but is to come in off of, to come in from the,
Wickham.
from coming up Wickham, the new curbing brings you into the parking lot. They'd have to kind of jump the curb to go
Okay.
across. so-
Because I just drove that way to come here. That's why I was looking at that specifically, and it appeared that somebody could make a left.
We're-
So
We're hoping
respect
that
what
people
you're
don't
saying.
jump that curb and go the wrong
Okay.
way. Can they do
Thank
it?
you.
Absolutely. You're
Thank
absolutely
you.
right, they can do it.
Let me find it.
Just quickly, so getting out of that parking lot, your only option is to make a right on North Street,
Yes.
because otherwise you can't get out. So you make a right, and then usually you would go down the Prospect and make a right and get back out to Wickham. But we just made that one way the other way, so what you're doing is sending any car going that store park circle all the way down to Lau Avenue.
So when we had this discussion and sat down with the team to discuss this, that portion of Prospect was not included in the one-way, so that wasn't addressed until tonight. When we
Or you could go to
wasn't
Hasbrook.
there.
You go up to Hasbrook.
They
You
could
can
go where,
Yeah, you can go anywhere. Go to Wizard.
some of them might even be going that way. I don't know the numbers, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We have one more item in the agenda, short-term rentals. Mayor, can you please elaborate on that, please?
As you know, we banned them a few years back because of the invasion into our residential neighborhoods. And there is apparently a push for some, but we're going to continue to keep them banned in residential neighborhoods. We've identified a small section of downtown that we will experiment with them. The law will require the short-term rental. It starts at 75 West Main, comes down James Street, really nothing in between there, and then goes down Railroad to Cottage, where there are a few that were actually up to Prince Street. So there were a few buildings there that, it's like 89 Cottage, which had was an old boarding house that they wanted to convert into the short-term rental. So we thought we'd give it a try. It's pretty heavily restricted. They have to have an affiliation with a national company. They have to get an annual permit from the city. The same restrictions will apply, with the exception of background checks on our rental permits, because, the tenants there's a frequent change of tenants, so, daily or weekly or whatever. So there's about 4 or 5 buildings that would be eligible under this plan. It's very restricted, very limited, and it was a thought that we really should not ban them citywide, but that we should give an opportunity to certain property owners to offer this type of service. The downtown business district seems to welcome it a little bit because it'll bring people into the district. They're hoping people will come in. We don't have a hotel. We don't have any hotels in our downtown, so there's no competition with the hotels. But It's an annual thing that, if permit-wise, but we can get rid of it in the future if we, it's not grandfathered, the legislation's not grandfathered, but if we find that it's a problem, we can revisit it and reverse it. But I don't see it as a problem in the area that we've designated. There's no single-family homes, no two-family homes. It's just, as I said, about 4 or 5 buildings that potentially could take advantage of doing the short-term rental.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, so we ran out of time. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Police Chief, for your feedback. Now it's,
Can I just ask one question?
okay, yes,
I just had one
Yes, it is.
question.
yes. I started with the mayor. For me? No, yes.
No, I'm sorry. The clerk is anticipating a motion from the floor on the one-way street. Have we amended that, or are we adopting it as it is written on this piece of paper?
Well, we amended it because we have to add Wickham. Yep.
But we don't, you don't have to formally amend it to introduce it at the council meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. DPW now, the meeting is adjourned.